Hello, hello. My name is CJ, and welcome back to our series on how to use TinyWars, or how to play on TinyWars. So we talked about matchmaking, about just getting on the site, getting around, how to get better by watching people play, how to access just the wealth of information that is just on this website. Next part is going to be simulations and calculations. So I guess this is a little bit of an extension of the replays. Nah, this is still simulation. So say, for example, I'm looking at this position and I'm like, how would I play this? Lucky for you, you can literally just play it. This is what simulation is for. So now I have basically made a 1v1 against myself, or I just made a game where I control all the players, but I take this current game state. So I can, well, if I had made the simulation earlier, I could undo, but basically, right, I am now playing as teal, cyan, I don't know what color this is, cyan. And I get to see, what happens if I just slam my CO into the enemy CO. And just kind of play that out. And maybe I try to capture here, and then I do this, and just try to greed for all of these properties, and just kind of go, try to get that, interrupt this, bring out my tank here, all this other stuff, right? And then I end my turn, and then I can see from the other side, did I make a massive mistake by doing all those things? Let's find out. Oh, this copter sucks. I'm just gonna kill it now. I can probably attack back this CO tank with these guys. Right, so that wasn't a good move earlier. And I found that out because I was able to simulate all of those actions. But also, if you don't want to go into the full simulation, what you can do is actually showing up right here. This is the calculator. So this allows you to look at the intricacies of what this specific attack will do. So I get to know that neither of these tanks are affected by any of the day-to-days, and we have one tower per person, no promotions, no attack bonuses, nothing else going on. I'm expecting to do 55 to 64 damage. Calculator is useful because in Advanced Wars, in Tiny Wars, there is an element of RNG called luck. And whenever you attack, you can roll, I believe, 1 to 10, or 0 to 10, rather, of extra damage. And so that's why there is a damage range here. And so based on that damage range, right, if I'm only doing 55, then the enemy tank will still be at 5 HP. They'll be able to do more damage back to me. That's what this 25 to 29 is showing me. However, if I do between 60 to 64 damage, then they'll have 4 HP shown, and then they can only do around only do 20 to 23 damage is possible. So, and you can change this up a bit. Like, say if I want to plan that I think, okay, I can bring my CO tank around and get a buff on my unit, then my luck or my damage range changes, and now I can do 70 to 80. Then that changes how much damage I'll take back because I'm under the buff. And then say, oh, maybe I'm actually using a promoted tank instead. This is a veteran tank, and it gets 20 attack and 20 defense. On top of that, then I do a little bit more. 81 to 90 is the range. Or maybe I got a couple more towers. Then I'll have a different attack number. So damage calculator is super useful. You can also switch the attacker and defender. So say he hit me first while I'm under all these buffs, then he'll only do 33 to 38. So that's an example of how to use the damage calculator. And you can even select like any unit that's on the map. You can just choose a unit. Well, a tank is not going to hit a fighter. Tank could hit a rig though. So you can simulate any unit matchup, different HP numbers. So if you have lower HP, you'll actually have lower defense, so maybe you'll take a little bit more damage. There's just a lot that you can do with this. So that's kind of just the very, very rudimentary look at simulations and damage calculators. And then say you're like, okay, that was an incredibly dumb move. I'm going to go back. Let's rewind all the way to the beginning of the turn. What do I want to do instead? I'm not going to suicide attack the enemy CO tank, but I can... what can I do? I don't know. Maybe we'll run this way and go dive straight into the bomber, because that could be a good idea. We're simulating here. That's why, I mean, yeah, that's why we're simulating, is we want to figure out if these are good ideas or not. Spoiler alert, they're probably not, but we don't lose anything by being able to try it out. This is why I like simulations a lot. It's really cool. It does take up a little time, but at the very least, you know, you're moving so many units per turn. It's really helpful to be able to test what the layout looks like when you do all of those movements. But yeah, I can't really think of good moves right now, but that's what simulation is precisely for. So yeah, try it out. It is super helpful, especially when your units are like in a wall formation and you want to know what the order is to move your units at the correct time to get it all working properly. Because hitting things at the right turn in the right order is also very important, so that's another way simulation is super helpful. But yeah, that is simulations. Gonna go to back to the lobby, and again, I opened up that simulation based on a game that already ended, right? That was a replay. But you can do that during active games. Basically, it'll make a local save, a single player save, basically. And then you can test out things. You know, test out your movements, test out how you want to do things. So that was simulations and damage calculator. I hope you enjoyed that. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, but next video we're going to talk about various little profile elements, and then go into the map editor to take a look at war events. Well, just map editing too, but also a cool feature called war events. So I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.